everyone, it's Janet Wakeland here with Remarkably Created. I hope that everyone is having an awesome Saturday. Earlier this morning I posted some ideas, did a quick video for you using the beautiful On the Horizon designer papers. This paper here I see kind of opposite ends of the spectrum. Some people see this paper and are instantly like inspired by it, have ideas with it, excuse me. And then others are like, they're not quite sure what to do with it just because of the way that the colors are blended and shaded. This paper is available as a 6x6 paper stack. And in the earlier video today, I showed you how just simple 3x3 inch squares from the paper would allow you to quickly and easily make some beautiful cards. And I'll link that video in the description once this video is over. By using just simple 3x3 squares with a little bit of coordinating cardstock and a greeting, you could actually make 48 cards from this pack of paper. But I want to show you some more ideas for those who want to go beyond just a simple little note card, just like this on white. So let's just take a look at some of the ideas and I'll kind of talk you through them just a little bit. So this piece here is actually cut to 4 inches by 5 1/4. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. I went ahead and die cut a hole in it and mounted the greeting from up underneath just to give it a different look. And in this case, the sailboat is the Evening Evergreen Glimmer paper, and it is our Sailboat Builder Punch. Again, just a very quick card, just simply die cutting that hole and punching from your paper, so it can make for a very, very quick card. Of course, you could also have just layered the greeting on top instead of putting it underneath, but I wanted to play with something a little different. Another option is just to play with layers of the same paper. This is the background of one and the front of the other, if that makes sense. And then simply just using the Meadow dies in navy to create a silhouette. We added a little tag and you've just got some squares. The top layer is actually cut with a rectangle die just to give it a little stitched effect. So just layering, coordinating pieces together can be another way to use those papers. And then just using the silhouette of dies I am finding is a great way to really make those images pop. This card here features one of my favorite folds. The way that this fold works is that this is 11 inches and then in this case it's 3 1/4 and the designer paper is 3 inches by 5 1/2 inches. And I love this fold because again, it's just a fun way to use some papers. By using 3x6, you're going to see quite a few samples coming that use 3x6. What that does is that cuts this paper in half. That leaves you a 3x3 square to do those quick note cards, and then another 3x3 square that you'll find some other fun designer paper projects to do with them, whether you're going to punch them, die cut them, use them for lettering, all kinds of fun things. So 3x3, 3x6, and then a 3x3 for some fun pieces. So this started out as a 3x6 piece and was just cut down. Use some designer papers and some coloring just to pull out some of the yellows that were in this card, and then just the word hello. And we have our piece inside for our message. So just another fun way to do that. Something else is just to dig through your designer papers and to look for coordinating papers. In this case, we have a piece of 3x6 that was cut down to 5 1/2, and then 2 pieces of paper from the Abstract Beauty that were created in strips behind. And then this card has a really fun tip that I'll come back to at the end. Just use some of your dies for some coordinating features. And then in this case, the fun lacy image behind the 2 layered circles was actually created with the dies with the ranunculus bundle, if I'm saying that right, just to kind of give it a lacy edge. So I'm going to set this one aside because it's got a cool tip coming. So then again, taking that 3x6 and cutting it down slightly. And since you are my true north and we're talking about directions, I used a little bit of the vellum that has the map image on it on top of Night of Navy to kind of pull all the colors together. I stamped the image directly on the paper and went over the ink with a Stampin' Blend to blend it out so that you don't see the background image come through as much. And then one other thing on this one here, this is just 2 pieces of that designer paper torn to create a little bit of layering over the base, and we stamped the birds directly on it. So you can stamp directly on this paper as well too, so don't forget to do that. And then we just added our greeting across the bottom. Speaking of stamping directly on it, here's another example where we took that 3x6 piece and cut it down for the card. Amazing, again, pulling in designer paper instead of solid cardstock. I know all of us have scrap bins full, and I think that sometimes we miss layering or die cutting with our designer paper. Stamp the swallows directly on the designer papers, little extra element here, and then we just texturize the edges with the meadow die. So just another fun card. Oops, don't look at that. How many of you have ever done that? Give me like a big smile or ha-ha, right? I didn't even notice that till just now. We'll have to fix that card. Here's another one with that very same layout. Actually, all 3 of these use the same layout. The piece down the middle, that is 3 inches by 5.5, 3 inches by 5.5, stamped with some layering. Here we just put the die cut here for you that debuts on February 1st. And then just the small greeting down here. This is our 6x6 solid color packs, so that works well. So that's a great layout for using those papers and getting a bunch of them done. And then something fun again is getting that Winka Stella out and just adding a little bit of gloss to it. But again, these are very fast cards. For me, always, it's just the idea. Once you have the idea, they go together very quickly. Let's turn our cards around and let's go this direction. This one here got me to use a scrap that I had. I have not played with the Hydrangea Hill acetate, basically since it was introduced. Oops, sorry about that. And it's perfect for this card. This border underneath is the cloud border from the Basic Borders. Had to get my ladybug in there. Love my ladybugs. And then a little tip for you. See how thick and white this die cut is? That's because it's actually some of our glimmer paper. It's the backside that's that white. And so I wanted something that would really stand out and contrast against the darker Blackberry Bliss that's on it, and then just a little bit of silver. So turning that paper, again, it's still our 3 inches. We just cut it a little bit shorter going that direction. And this one here is probably my favorite. In this case, I actually embossed that new Water Waves, I forget the name of the background, but it's a big background stamp that creates the water look. We brought that sailboat punch back in, punched it twice, once in Rich Raspberry, once in Night of Navy to tie into the colors, and then in this case, we stamped the greeting directly on to the paper. So really the only thing about this card that makes it a little bit busier or a little bit of step up is the embossing on the water to give it that look, even more of water by adding that image. So I promised you a fun tip about this card right here. If you look at this circle, it has, oh gosh guys, sorry about that. It has dots going all the way around it. Well, where that comes from is Stampin' Up! Has these great doilies, and you could probably try to freehand cut it, but for me personally, I wanted a really, really nice, clean circle. So this circle from the layering dies fits perfectly over top of it, and you're going to be able to die cut out that circle right here, and you can use the side that has the pre-printed color on it or the white side, and in this case I chose the white side. And then you're going to have this fun piece to use. And as a teaser and like come visit my page tomorrow, I'm going to show you a card that's in progress that has nothing to do with the On the Horizon paper, but has everything to do with cutting that doily apart because I wanted to use it right away. So I'll be finishing this card up and sharing it with all of you tomorrow. So lots and lots of inspiration, guys, lots of possibilities with this paper, whether you simply use a 3x3 square, whether you use a piece that's 3 inches wide, whether you put something on the whole background of a card. I mean, guys, the possibilities are just endless with this paper. Don't forget to die cut it. Don't forget to punch it. Don't forget to emboss it with embossing folders. Don't forget to spritz it a little bit. I mean, stencil over it, you name it, guys. There's lots and lots of possibilities with it. And then one last thing, I have had a couple of customers who missed out on my paper share, and they would love to get their hands on a sampling of not only these papers, but all of the papers in the spring catalog, as well as the free celebration samples that I do with my paper sampler. So I'm looking for 6 more people who are interested in doing that paper share. So if you are interested in that, just simply email me, janet@remarkablycreated.com, for all of the details, and I'll get you hooked up. And I know the 2 customers that are interested in that share would really, really be happy to know that others are going to join in. I need 8 to complete a share. So Elizabeth, I don't have a time yet. I haven't pre-programmed it. Usually I do a post at 9. My guess is that picture will be later tomorrow evening. It will be 1. Do you post pictures on your website? I have posted them on my website, but if you also go up to media and click on photos and click on albums, you will see that I have been posting, not immediately after, but within a few days, of videos. I have been sharing the cards to an album that's labeled 2022 Spring and Celebration Samples. And there's quite a few samples in that folder. I thought that was an easy place to keep them all in one place, instead of you guys having to comb through tons of blog posts. So yes, they're on my blog, but more easily accessible are the ones that are in that media, under that media tab in a photo album for you. So thanks for all of you who popped in tonight. Again, for those of you in the Northeast, I pray that you're staying warm and you've got everything that you need so that you don't have to leave the house in the middle of this big storm right now. So have a great night, guys, and watch for the new postings tomorrow. Thanks.